In today's video, I'm sharing with you this deliciously simple pasta e Cici recipe. I recently travelled to Tuscany and I had this dish in a little osteria and it blew me away with its simplicity and flavour. So I have to share it with you. We will get started with the veg prep. Here I have 1 white onion, 2 average sized carrots, 2 garlic cloves and a sprig of rosemary. For the onion, we need a medium to fine dice, nothing too chunky, as we don't want it to stand out in the final dish. I'll leave a link to a video in the description box below if you want to learn how to chop an onion like this. For the carrots, I'm just peeling them, slicing them in half lengthways, then slicing each half into thirds. If your carrots are larger than this, then you'll want to slice them into quarters. Then just turn the carrots 90 degrees and slice across, resulting in this medium dice. For the garlic, just simply slice the cloves in half and peel the papery skin off. You could also lightly crush them to remove the skin as well, whatever you prefer. They'll be going into the saucepan whole like this. Once you have everything prepared, head over to your stovetop and place a large saucepan onto a medium to low heat. Let that come up to temperature for a minute or two and then add in a couple of tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Then add in the garlic and the sprig of rosemary. We are going to gently saute them in the oil for 2 minutes, stirring regularly to infuse their flavour in the oil. After 2 minutes, add in the diced onions and carrots and a pinch of salt. Turn the heat up to a medium and sweat the vegetables for around 5 minutes. We are looking to soften them with little to no colour, so stir regularly and adjust the heat as necessary. After 5 minutes of sweating down, the onions have turned translucent and the carrots have softened slightly. This looks great. Now add in 250 grams or 8.8 ounces of concentrated tomato paste. Keeping the heat on a medium, fry the paste for around 2 minutes. This really helps to bring out the tomato flavour and reduce any of the raw, metallic, tinny taste that sometimes comes with tomato paste or puree. This is something I do every time I use tomato paste. Now add in 360 grams or around 12.5 ounces of chickpeas, aka garbanzo beans. I'm using canned today for ease. If you are wanting to use dried, then just soak them overnight and cook them the next day until they are just softened. Also, I'm keeping this water that's left over from the cans of chickpeas. I'm going to do a recipe later this week showing you something cool that you can do with this. Add the chickpeas to the saucepan with just enough boiling water to cover. For me, this was around 600 ml or just over a pint. And cook that for 5 minutes until the carrots have softened. This next step is totally optional, however it gives a deeper flavour and a creamier texture to the end result. Scoop out around 1/5 of your mixture and set it to one side. Now add in 240 grams or 8.5 ounces of any pasta shape you want. This could be macaroni, strozzapreti, farfalle. I'm using this pipette shape today. It's like a 90-degree pipe shape with some texture on the surface. The only ones I would avoid would be any long pastas like spaghetti and any soup pastas like orzo or something smaller. Stir the pasta into the sauce and add enough boiling water to cover plus a little extra. Season quite heavily with salt and bring the pan to the boil. Then reduce the heat so the pan is simmering. Cook this out for as long as the pasta says it takes to cook on the packet, usually somewhere between 8 and 10 minutes. Whilst that's cooking, grab your bowl of chickpeas you scooped out earlier and add them to a food processor. You could also use a stick blender, a liquidizer, or even a fork just to mash them up. Blend until you have a smooth paste. This will give us some body and depth of flavour throughout this dish. You want it to look something like this in the end. Back to the saucepan and the pasta has fully cooked through. If your pasta absorbs a lot of water, then you can top it up during the cooking process. Now add the paste you just made back into the saucepan and gently stir it in so you don't break the pasta. At this stage, taste for seasoning and get the consistency right. You want it somewhere between a soup and a stew. For me, this took 1.2 litres, roughly 1.2 quarts of boiling water in total. To plate this, just simply spoon it into a bowl, add a sprig of rosemary and some extra virgin olive oil if you want to be chefy, and enjoy this deliciously simple, traditional Tuscan pasta e Cici. If you love simple pasta recipes, go check this video out, and I'll see you next time.